we are more than friends. I will follow you until the end. Jenny, take my hand. I cannot pretend why I never like your new boyfriend.
Now, a little recap on yesterday's workout. God, what the fuck? A little recap on yesterday's workout. So, it wasn't the best.
Meanwhile.
Now that was a pretty good sesh. The reason why I say this is because I think about 1 or 2 months ago, I used to basically start every single workout. So I basically work out like, let's say, 5 to 6 days a week. I always started off every single workout with 100 push-ups. I think that kind of hacked my chest days. I barely feel a thing. Because now usually, backtracking to days before I did 100 push-ups before every single workout, I just needed to do 2 workouts to actually feel my chest. It's like if I concentrate on 2 workouts, so 2 workouts, so I'm saying like, 3 sets each, I'm knocked the fuck out the next day. I can barely move my chest. That's the usual rundown of things. Pre-100 push-up era. But now, I just don't feel anything.
So basically I started off with warm-ups, just basic rotator cuff warm-ups, nothing funny about that. Then moved on to 3 sets of flat bench press, which I think I could have waited a bit more on the last set. I did 80. I mean, usually I could do 80 for like 3 or 4 reps until I actually need some assistance for the last 2 or 3-ish. But yesterday I could only get 1. So yeah, I think I need to track how much time I'm actually resting before each set. Shouldn't be too much because a
rule of thumb for me was, okay, if I'm not out of breath, if the chest is already feeling it, or said body part, the body part that I'm training, I mean, if it's good to go, I'm good to go. That's how I usually operate. But by analysis of my past few workouts, I think I'm gonna have to take into consideration the actual time that I need to rest between sets. So going forward, I just might actually have a timer, so that way I'm actually taking, let's say, a minute's rest, at least a minute and a half, something like that.
Or is a minute even is that too long? Is that too short? I don't know, but we'll find out. So today I'm gonna be hitting a pull sesh with a buddy of mine. So yeah, I might test it out today. But regardless, the lateral movements, that I felt.
Like even right now, I can still feel the burning sensation on my shoulder. So that's pretty good. And also,
you can basically see me trying out the 8 kgs on the seated lateral raises. The problem over there was I could not find the 6 kgs on the rack. And you can basically see for yourself, 8 is too heavy. Especially when you're trying to get in those controlled raises or controlled lifts, you need to go light. Because, well, if you're going to the gym, you need to leave your ego at the door. Some days it's okay to have a little bit of ego. Like for example, if you're doing deadlifts or a heavy squat.
Bench press, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of overloading the bar. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do go heavy, but I don't really see the risk to reward ratio kind of balancing out. So that's basically the main reason why I don't go really heavy on bench press. But however, I would go heavier on the machine press. Now that's actually a good movement because I personally think, I mean, many of the science-based lifters, I'm not science-based, I just do what's good for me, that's it. Most of the science-based lifters, they actually advise to overload on the machine. One, you can actually focus on it without worrying that you're gonna fuck your pec up or anything. And two,
It's like the way that, again, it depends on the machine that you're using. The way that you press, the pressing movement, if it's like not just straight, but kind of at an angle, so that way it's like, you kind of feel like you're pushing the chest in. So it's like pushing, not just directly up, but getting close. That hits a lot. And also, when we move on to, what do we do next? Yeah.
flies. So the reason why I do flies like that is because, here's my thought process while I'm actually doing the flies.
The chest flies. I want to imagine myself like on an invisible seat, which is like this, right? So that way I kind of imagine that there's a barrier on my back, keeping me from actually going, getting straight or being slanted in a way, although I am slanted. I know, I am slanted. But that's what I want to imagine. So it's almost like I'm on an invisible, seated cable fly. And you may ask, why do you not just get a bench? One, I'm too lazy to get a bench. Two, I'm too lazy to get a bench. Because, bro, you're going to have to push the bench from all the way to one corner onto the next. I'm not a fan of that. I like working out in places where you can do your shit, get in, get out, done. That's it.
So that's it for chest. And then when we moved on to shoulder press, my left quad started to, or my left leg, I'm not sure which muscle it was, it started to cramp up. So, bro, I tried to play it off, but it did take a toll on my lift on that set. So, but nonetheless, no set is perfect. I dropped it, went off to 14s, and then just repped it out. That was good enough. That was alright. Then, lateral raises. Lateral raises, now, like I said, you want to go heavy on the first workout that you do for lateral raises, but I don't mean heavy. I mean heavy enough, right? Heavy enough that you can at least do 6 to 8 controlled sets, right? And even on the video, you should be able to see me. Okay, I don't some reps, right? I don't just go directly up once I go down. I pause there and then I push up or pull up. You push and pull. Yeah, it's pull. You pull with your lateral head, right? Once you pull up, it's for some reason I kind of feel my lateral head working a lot more, with that pause, as opposed to actually just going on with momentum and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen Sam do it as well in that manner. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but yeah, that was good. The lateral work, that was amazing. And then we did rear delt flies, nothing much to say about that. And then we headed off to triceps. Now, many people may not do this, but I warm up my triceps with bench dips, right? So I just rep out 25, and then if I got a little bit more, I might do one more set, but that I'm not sure. I don't even think I'll be able to get a quarter of 25. So yeah, possibly 5 or in between 5 or 10. And then
we moved on to triceps. So triceps. So the issue with me and my tricep workout routine is because I used to be so strict on how I press or how I do the extensions, rope extensions, the V-bar, push downs, not extensions, my bad. I always was so strict on the form. I don't know, for some reason it just didn't get my triceps to pop. But I started upping the weight, but only but only not going fully out, but from here to here. That's it. So it's almost like what would I say, just filling in that muscle belly. it's because like for a long period of time I've been only like so strict on it, like actually pushing down, right? So I personally think that it doesn't doesn't hit my tricep as much, because I don't know, from my arms, I mean, like, to me personally, I just don't see my tricep popping up as I'd like it to be. So yeah, that's the reason why I tend to kind of half rep the whole things, but I do at least 20 reps. Now, I'm not really sure about that. This is just me trying it out. So if you guys think that there's something else that I could be doing that's a lot beneficial than that, let me know. And then yeah, we just did double rope tricep extensions. Oh no, before that it was overhead. Nothing much to say about that. And then yeah, double rope tricep extensions. Now many people may say, yo, you don't need 2 ropes to actually do it, but hear me out. Whenever I do rope extensions, it really hurts my shoulders, like the actual joint. For some reason, it just hurts really bad. So ever since I started doing this, I could, one, get a really good stretch and actually go past my legs, because now if I had like one rope, it would hit me over here. It would hit my legs. But now since I have 2 ropes, I can basically extend it out, like without worrying it about any obstruction. And 2, it does not hurt my shoulders. But anyway, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll be uploading some new footage probably next week. But needless to say, right? So this is just basically progress videos, seeing how I'm doing, getting my stats up, and yeah, and the other reason is, so although sometimes I remember I take notes, but I forget where I put the notes, I even do the same thing on my phone, and then I just do it once, maybe even twice, and then I just forget about it. So yeah, in a way this video could actually help me remember what stats I had. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.